Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AI for Anyone Live, the weekly live show from the Human Stack, where we make AI accessible and actionable for nonprofits and social impact organizations. I am Sami Zoss.
And I am Tim Lockie.
And I am so excited. We are 61 episodes in, and I still can't figure out how to make sure the right lower third shows up. How fun for us.
That is the best. It is so.
I deleted that lower third. I don't know how it still popped up, but here we are. So 61 episodes in, and we're still struggling. But I am excited for today. I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do and how we wanted to cover it. And I was like, I keep talking in many group or conversation, presentation about building this like glossary of what the hell does that mean words. And so today we're going to build the glossary live together. I had AI go through and pull some of like our most vague language phrases, things I've told you to stop and explain. And so, we both kind of get stopped. Like if I say a word, you don't know it. Like, I'm just excited to see what we think. And like, I've got ones I think from episode 5 in here. I mean, like it's all the way back.
That is so cool. What a great idea.
I've got 43 of these. So I'm hoping to get through like 15.
Oh, wow.
But I will give everyone the
where
link.
we like just started to like oh man.
Oh yeah.
That kind of doesn't surprise me, but I would have guessed 25 max.
Wait till you see what the like some of the, because there are ones that we just made up. There's words we made up in here.
Okay, yeah, that sounds very us. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm so excited. You'll get the whole thing at the end. So if we don't cover it here today, you can still get the artifact and also go in and see where we said it, how we said it, and I even pre-filled the what might this mean. I had AI do a little digging for us, so that way inevitably we won't get to all of these, so others could maybe take it and go from there. So I'm pretty pumped, but and that's going to be the entire show today.
That is so fun. All right,
let's do it.
Let's do it. I want an acronym for what the hell does that mean? But I can't figure it out.
Like the literal what the hell does that mean?
Is WTHDTM.
What the hell does that mean? I mean, I think you could do it.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, Restream always be changing this stuff up on me and I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's making assumptions that you haven't. So I like the optimism there.
Golly. I mean, last week was pretty awesome, though. I did get a chance to talk to Project Camp. For those of you that didn't join us last week, it was really exciting. We were kind of just trying to do a little digging into an organization like Project Camp that's an emergency response organization that is not geographically locked, right? So they don't only respond to emergencies in Spokane or what have you. They respond to emergencies that meet, an internal threshold that they have and in different ways. And so, when you chat GPT, how can I help in the wildfires in Spokane from South Dakota? We were trying to figure out like, how do we make Project Camp pop up on that list? Yep. And I wouldn't necessarily pretend that we solved it. We never ever try to claim to like fully solve these things. But I do think it opened up such good like whoa moments for us and learnings. And you'll see a few terms from those last few episodes on here. But yeah, I was really excited about it. And I was pumped to tell them about it. And I've got the yawns back. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of moving. That's what that's telling you.
Yep. Sorry to hear that you're moving still.
How are things in your world, Tim?
Things in my world are looking up. So I think that we know that there's some personal stuff going on in my life, nothing tragic or anything like that, but disruptive and that's moving forward. And then I gotta say, on the business side, I've I am so excited about what I get to work on these days. It is really, really fun, and it's exactly the stuff I wanted to be working on at this point. And so I'm really grateful for all the people like you that have believed in the work that I'm doing and have seen it through, because it's been a slog, honestly. And so I've got to say that's been fun, and probably more to come on that in the future. So
yeah, I was gonna say, when do we have a month of a deep dive into the human stack?
I think pretty soon. I think before end of year.
All right.
So, yeah, I think it'd be great.
I love it.
But I love the idea of talking through terms. I've been doing more coaching than ever. Almost half of my time now is spent doing coaching with people, and I'm learning so much from it. And what do things mean is so top of mind in a lot of those coaching sessions. And I think probably just like you're finding that people really are struggling to keep up. And I'm telling people at this point, don't bother trying. It's just moving so fast. I think what I am also saying is find places where people are helping accelerate your learning on it, like this. Yeah. So I think it's a really, really timely lesson.
Yeah, it's super fun. We have a good time, right? So I learned how to use the AI on my phone to set reminders for future dates, and that is wild. And now I don't know how to squeeze it right. So
yeah.
Megan asked if these were my new digs. They're sort of my new digs. I've actually been in this room. I've swapped the room a bit, and then I just pushed everything out of the way of the camera as much as I could while I'm trying to move in. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll swap it out a little bit, but you can see the crazy mess over there, but we got a little buddy that wants to say hi, Miss Ruby. But I put up here a QR code for you to follow along if anybody wants to follow along with us as we go through some of these acronyms. And I named the episode Explain Your Acronyms from our moment in, like, I think it was with Tim Sarantonio, and seeing like what he was doing it. And then you said EYA, and I was like, that's hilarious that you would do it in a way that also makes me ask you to explain it. And so then I was like, you know what, we're just going to go for it. So I'm going to share my screen. We're just going to get into it. I think that's going to be one of our best ways. Subash, I see that you're saying we've got some struggles when the LinkedIn stream crashing. So we'll have to see if anybody else is experiencing something similar and look into that for sure. Sorry about that, sir.
Yeah. I'm wondering because I don't have it in front of me, what the YouTube stream is as well. So Subash, it might be better to watch it on YouTube as well, or not as well.
I always send the tube.
Oh, do you?
YouTube.
Okay. You're better than I am. Yeah, that's good. Good.
Here, I'm gonna move the QR code up to the corner here. Make a little guy for. Whoop. I'm gonna say follow along! Exclamation point.
Okay, this is small enough that I'm gonna be moving this to my other monitor to read it.
I don't know that there's a way. That's a lot more.
Yeah, that's not because of yours. That's just because the screen's too small.
So I love this that we pulled the human stack first.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just to give you an idea, right? Like, this was me just running a prompt on all of our transcripts saying, hey, pull based on this criteria. And then I added a few things that you'll find here. But I love
this is so great. Stopped each other.
Yes, like where we stopped each other, ones we made up, things that are not yet defined, the Gemini era versus the Claude era, and then the most recent ones. So like, how fun, right?
Amazing. Yeah.
The one that stood out to me most was this blurf, because I didn't remember it at all. Do you know what blurf is?
I do not at all remember what blurf. I've been saying bluff. Like, bluff stands for bottom line up front, but blurf, I don't know.
My wife and I, we blurf our thoughts out on paper. It's structured enough for our brain. Once he said they blurf their thoughts, so this is what's pre-filled on each, right? Sounds like a mistake or a noise. So this is a great example of This isn't an AI related glossary one. I would probably actually put this as like a don't add to glossary.
I love the word. Are you kidding? I love it. Okay, so it's got like burp and barf. Like, so we blurf our thoughts out. So I will be using this. Thank you very much. I am super happy about this word, blurf. So yes.
Too good. Okay, so then let's go
committed.
through with the exercise here, right? So the words blurf, it gives us a direct quote of how we used it. We get a little more context in between these. Never repeated in 42 episodes since. I love that it's like, this might even be a mistake.
Did you like, sometimes you like stop and are like, wait a minute. So yeah.
I think this was one of those that I was like, what the hell? I'm just not even worried about it at this point.
Okay, well, blurf is cool.
Yes.
The one that caught my eye was sneaky education, so I can't wait to get to that one. But yes, I'm so glad that you're putting blarf. No, it's barf and burp.
Gross. Where's the L? Save and next. That sounds good.
That is awesome. Oh, okay. Yeah,
oh gosh.
This is not
summer gas, winter gas.
Anybody that lives in like cold states knows that there is summer gas and winter gas, right? You know that. You live in. Do you not know that? Wait, hold on.
I don't remember this. This is episode 5.
Yeah. Okay. So I can tell you exactly how we used it, and I'm not looking right now. The way that we use this is to explain custom instructions by saying there, each type of LLM is tuning it up a little bit differently. So you're like, and the idea there is gasoline's not just gasoline. Like, people add additives to it. And they even do that seasonally. So there's a difference between summer gas and winter gas. So the difference between using Claude API versus using Claude is like Claude API is just like raw gas, and Claude, Claude, the way that we use it, it's going through a whole tune-up that they're adding their special mix in. And that's always changing, by the way. So, and it's changing per model too. So that's I think that's the way I used it. It's probably an analogy that would work better if people understood it to begin with.
Agreed.
So, yeah. Okay. All right. Fine.
Reads as a car metaphor about efficiency. What he meant was that the model you get is already tuned by someone else for conditions you didn't pick, which is a much bigger claim than it sounds.
Oh my gosh. The tagline on all things AI right now, which is like, and here's the one that counts, right? Like the unsubstantiated claims that AI makes is driving me crazy. Like, just absolutely crazy. So yeah.
So the way you'd said it was, there's a base system on all of these LLMs that has to be tuned up a bit. I call it, it's like gas mixes, right? There's a difference between summer gas and winter gas.
All right. I'm going to give myself good, like, high marks for that, even though not that many people, it seems like, would know about it.
Let's check out this next one while I figure out how to get back to the main one. Okay. Language learning model. Look at that. It's almost like we should have started with this one.
Oh, it's supposed to be, LLM isn't language learning model, it's large language model. And it gets, so the reason it gets confusing is ML is machine learning. So yeah,
it literally, so this is what I get for, I build production playbooks, and then I build artifacts that we go through live, right? Yeah. Sammy, it's large language model, corrected on air cheerfully. Thanks, Claude. You asshole. This goes live. Look at the ways we've used it, though, where we've said language. Ha, you said language, it once too.
Learning models. Oh,
episode 16, 26, 28, 29, 44, 45.
Oh my gosh. I feel like this is kind of interesting how once an idea, so okay, I don't know if you're like
Tim
this,
also flips it to learning language models in episode 44.
I feel like maybe we don't want this level. Yeah, maybe we don't want this level of accountability now that we're into it. Yeah, exactly. So
oofda,
yeah.
as they say in my neck of the woods. Let's get out of there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Megan or Subash, while you guys are watching, if there's one you want to pick, let us know in the chat. We'll pop it up for sure. Tim, you said there was one that you saw.
Yeah,
that you
right next to the one you were just on.
Sneaky education.
Yep, sneaky education.
I knew that was going to be a me thing. I'm a big fan of sneaky education, and through things they don't realize they're doing it. It's my favorite. Named a method the show had been running for 57 episodes.
I love how for you, learning is a vegetable, and you got to sneak it in so your kids don't know. Yes. Like trying to sneak the learning in. The whole thing we're doing is learning. I love that. That is just awesome. So
sneaky sounds like withholding or manipulation. What it describes is the opposite, lowering the stakes so people learn while they're playing. Trivia night, a game, a live build. The learning isn't hidden. The effort is. Oh, yes. I actually really like that.
I really like that too. And Sami, this is something you're really good at. I mean, I
actually think that would be what I would call our definition of that. Sneaky education. Learning isn't hidden. The effort is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I really like that.
I like that a lot.
Cool.
Okay.
That's great.
We're going to go a skill with a schedule.
Oh, MCP. Somebody just added MCP in there.
Yeah, that was Subash said MCP. Yeah. He joined on YouTube now.
Yeah. Subash, is it better on YouTube?
Oh my gosh, my dog's losing her mind. All right. When I looked up an MCP in the dictionary, it says short for male chauvinistic. I do remember that. Oh my God, this is like half a walk down memory lane here. My God.
Great. No, I forgot that it was male chauvinistic. That is really
also
funny.
Per episode 44. It's what Sami calls Tim.
Dear God, that is like I'm so reformed on that now. I feel like whatever. Anyway, that's awesome.
Every white man ever.
Do you know what it stands for? Without looking.
Model context protocol. Do I know what that means? Nope.
Oh, yeah. I think Subash would actually be the best person to answer this question.
He might have been the one to. No, he explained YAML to us.
Yeah, YAML.
I wonder if we go on to that one because I know it's on the list.
Yeah.
He was the one that found YAML for us.
All right. So
go ahead because we can see what's here. I'm gonna have to let this dog out of this room anyway. So
okay, yeah, go do that.
Is.
I'll explain it. Yeah, model context protocol is basically a way for it is a protocol that allows different agents and models to talk to each other in a standard protocol. So it's just like a way that they know how to pass on the tools that they can use, the definitions for the tools. Now they're passing other things like skills. There's also a movement out there on agent protocol, which is agent protocol, that is to me feels like the same thing, but is technically different. So anybody, Subash, looking at you, that knows the difference between agent protocol and model context protocol, that'd be great.
Well, I mean, even look at like our how else it reads, right? It's a standard way for tools to talk to a model.
Yeah.
So it's not like I always say
that's weird. I feel like it's inverse of that, but honestly, I don't. Yeah, I feel like it's a way for a model to like pull a tool and predictively know what that tool can do. So
interesting.
I feel like
I almost just call it like integrated API.
That's not wrong. That's not.
It just simplifies it a little bit, right? Like to me, an MCP is just a pre-authenticated API where like I've already logged in and I don't have to code the get this data item. That exists in the MCP setup. It automatically knows how to do it.
I don't know if all protocols are like this, but MCPs are different in that they have to be hosted by a server. And what they're doing is that they're creating a server to client connection every single time. And so I think, again, I don't know how other protocols work. There have been protocols for a really long time. All of, like network protocols are basically what runs the internet. So I don't know. I feel like MCP. I thought MCPs were going to fade out, and what I'm finding is that MCPs are just hitting the big time now. So,
gosh, yeah,
they're definitely used all over, and they're also starting to just be called connectors. So, I feel like that's a lot of what people, at least Claude, is just calling them connectors. I think that's translated out to to other places. So, and I think that there's more than one kind of protocol.
So now this is a Gemini overview. I just Googled, which I do still just Google things often. What's the difference between MCP and API? Primary difference is the intended user.
Yeah.
So they are in effect the same process or the same idea. It's just APIs are for human developers. I'm just reading at this point, but writing static code, while MCP is for agents to dynamically discover and use the capabilities. So it's like you said, it's understanding in the moment, interpreting in the moment. Yep. API is building in advance static pieces. So now I want to see what's the difference between MCP and what agent protocol?
It might be agent to agent.
And visible automation. Jeez, I don't know what that is.
Ansible. Oh my gosh. What isn't, man, that is really interesting.
What is that?
Well,
I swear to God, if we come from this episode with more words,
so Orson Scott Card
to define
Ender's Game, and in Ender's Game, there is a machine called the Ansible that allows instant communication no matter anywhere. So I don't know if
I love that movie actually.
Yeah, I thought that is one book out of like 9 books that is really, really interesting. So if you ever want like a great series to read, the Ender series is amazing by Orson Scott Card. But I'm curious if the Ansible
your nerds showing.
I know, exactly. I like, does it ever not? So I'm really curious if the Ansible is something besides that, which I've never wondered before. So everybody probably knows it is something else, but I don't. So I'm gonna find that out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna read Subash's comment here in just a second, but what's the difference between MCP and agent to agent protocol? Again, this is just the first thing that pops up. You would have to do a little more digging, but it connects individual to agent to tools, whereas agent to agent connects an agent to another agent. I think that feels very intuitive, but Subash put a wild response up here. I want to see if I can fit the whole thing up. I can't, but I'm going to give him enough of it. So he said, imagine you hire a brilliant assistant and then lock them in an empty room. No calendar, no files, no email.
Oh my gosh, this is great.
They can only help if you walk in and read Tim, people can't hear me if you talk over me. They can only help if you walk in and read. People think I hate you. They can only walk in and read things. They can only help if you walk in and read things aloud to them. That's an AI model by itself. Very smart, completely cut off. You could give them keys to everything, but every cabinet takes a different key. Oh my gosh, Subash. This is already blowing my mind. And when you hire a second assistant, you need a whole new set made. MCP is the agreement that everything uses the same lock.
Mm-hmm.
Fit your calendar, files, and customer list with the standard lock, and any AI that carries that standard key can open all of them, including new tools you add later. Think phone chargers. Every brand used to have its own cable. Then USB-C came along and one cable charged everything. MCP is USB-C for connecting AI to your tools and data. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I was like, where's my little...
so good. Well, we could copy that in as the definition. I think that is so helpful, especially the USB-C.
Are you on LinkedIn? Can you pull it, Tim, put it in our chat?
No, I can't. For some reason, I cannot read any of the comments on LinkedIn so far.
Oh, well, I'll grab it and pull it.
Wait. Oh, okay. No, wait. It's back up. I can.
Nice.
Yeah, I can pull that and I can copy it.
Yeah, let's definitely add that to our definition because that is wow. Okay, Subash. So your next challenge is using that same metaphor. How do you explain the agent to agent piece? A USB-C charging other USB-Cs.
Yeah, so agent to agent is going to be agents talking to, like the assistant talking to the assistant. USB is like the tool. So I think that's the way I would understand it. But Subash, like you should definitely take this one on.
Did you send that in the chat here, Tim?
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, that is
okay. So
great.
I've got an answer on Ansible. If you want that,
I would love it.
Okay, great. So it's Ursula K. Le Guin that first thought it up in a book, and then it's anyway, I'm not going to go into it. It's like a communications device that helps with faster than light speed travel. So like if you're traveling faster than light speed, can you communicate with others? You would use the Ansible for that. And then an open source IT automation tool has been developed with that same thing. It's owned by Red Hat, and it's used for application deployment and other things like that. So it is both a former idea that is now like a tool. So I didn't know about that. That's kind of cool. And it's open source. Yeah. There's a whole thing these days about open source. By the way, like there's a whole.
All right. Well, there's another damn word. Explain open source.
Open source. Open source is software development where you are building in public and you're creating a publicly owned version of the software. So anybody can grab a copy of it and add to the code. And it's not owned by somebody. So that's open source. There's a bunch of there's been a lineup in the last few weeks about about large language models that are pro and against open source.
Interesting.
Everyone except Anthropic is pro open source. That's kind of at least that was the state a couple weeks ago. I haven't checked in recently. I don't think there's a lot of pressure on Anthropic to change their minds, and I don't think that they have. So,
what would them changing their minds mean? What's the impact?
It would mean that there's like an open document that everybody else signed, right? And so,
but what does it do, right? Like
it just is a formal commitment.
Secrets to Anthropic?
What's that?
Does that mean we get all the secrets to Anthropic? I mean, we already have.
It doesn't actually mean anything. So that's one thing to know. It doesn't actually mean anything.
Oh, ew.
But it is a public statement that is probably like there's brand accountability is maybe a way to think about it, where brands are holding themselves accountable to contribute to open source, as a method to move forward. And I mean, like Anthropic is definitely developing a secret sauce that I don't think they want to share with the rest of the world. And so I think that there's questions around that. And then there's questions around like whether or not like that should be a global thing or not. And then the reality is a lot of the basic protocols that are used everywhere in the internet are built almost entirely, like the core infrastructure is built almost entirely on open source software. And especially in the social impact space, this really matters a lot. So, yeah.
Interesting. So so you know me, which I do think it's really funny. I was at dinner with a friend last night and she was like, I looked something up and she was like, is that from ChatGPT? And I was like, no, I definitely still Google things. And I often will go past this initial, what I love about the Google Gemini mix is it feels still like Google search for me. So I can still come in and like, I love when Reddit's quoted as a source. Cause I'm like, I at least know somebody feels very strongly about what this is, and they're going to have as much backup as they possibly can.
80% of Google AI answers, like just on like the top part, come from Reddit. It's like a ridiculously high. It is not high authority.
It's like Reddit, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Right. Yeah. It is not high authority.
No.
So, yeah.
But that's what, like, I love that I can then get in here and really like go in and dig. Anyway, so I'd asked, right? I just said, when people say open source, what do they mean? Great, gave us a definition that was pretty much exactly what you had said. But then I asked, because the Gemini in Google search kind of allows you to then make it a continued conversation, I just said, explain the current controversy with Anthropic and other LLMs and this subject. So then I was explaining not necessarily open source, but open weight AI models.
Yes, right.
Licensing restrictions and the ethics of how they're built. They find themselves at the center of the storm due to highly publicized incidents. Completely agree. Major companies signed an open letter to defend public AI development. Anthropic was the only major frontier lab that refused to sign, publicly arguing that releasing powerful open weight models is dangerous because open weight safeguards can be stripped away by users. So this is like why Anthropic didn't release Mythos to the public.
Correct. And also what's not being said in here, I will read behind the scenes here. It is very clear that right now, Anthropic for the last 6 months has really been leading the charge. And of course, like they are financially motivated to not put that in an open, to not put that out there. Right. And and I think that others have less to lose right now. And I think if they had more to lose, they would sign differently.
Yeah.
And if Anthropic had different, talk about open weights, as their incentive weights change, their willingness to sign, I think would also change. So, yeah.
Huh. This is kind of crazy.
The bigger question on that is the watermark. That's actually the big news hitting these days.
True. Do you want to explain that to people?
So because of a law that's happening in Europe that says you have to indicate if what has been generated from generative AI, Anthropic has agreed to start putting an indicator or a tag or a watermark inside everything that's been generated through them. And this has thrown big questions. I had somebody that I coach call me up and was like, my whole business is on the line here if they do this, because people will now know that everything that I'm doing is through AI. And so we had a long conversation about that. But it just means that there's a way to tag that if stuff has been generated by AI or not, through Claude at least.
Interesting.
Right, exactly.
So I want to, I'm trying to find it because I listened to it this morning. I listened to the Morning Brew Daily podcast and oh God, whatever they called that segment is not what I'm going to say live.
Oh, wow. Huh.
That's so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna look it up here for you guys because it's kind of in line with this. But it is Stanley. Okay, this gentleman is probably been in the news. I mean, yeah, brother's got money, right? I just heard his name for the first time today, so I'm not gonna pretend that I know a whole lot here. But as I understand it is he was the mentor of our current Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent.
Okay? Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't need to know the inner workings of what all this is for this to be relevant to this. So this is kind of the nerd inflation and manipulating markets and whatever. The MBA in me just goes live every morning. But what they were saying was he published an opinion piece. So let me see if I can find it. Kind of bashing something that Scott Bessent had done, right? So he wrote something in the Wall Street Journal here. Then he got a lot of shit for using AI. And his response, they were like, you used Claude in this. And it did one of the pontificating, it's not X, it's Y or whatever it is, right?
Right, yes. Totally. Yep.
Which let's also not pause for a second. Let's not pretend that we haven't done that in our natural language for years. It just AI likes it too much.
Yeah, sure.
But what's crazy is not crazy. I was actually just finally I'm glad someone said it because they were like, well, you used AI to write this. And he goes, of course I did.
Yes. You know what?
That doesn't mean I actually think, Nathan Chappelle talks about this quite a bit because he's like, there is no ounce of any of my writing nowadays that doesn't have a vast amount of AI involvement because what used to be a really difficult and strenuous and frankly not fun process for him is now much easier, much faster, and he can actually get what he wants communicated out. That doesn't mean he just says a word and blurts out the blog that comes with it. But I was kind of you know what? I'm glad someone finally said it. I don't want AI slop taking over our world. I want to be very clear about that. But to be able to be like, look, I'm going to verbally audio dump how I feel about Scott Bessent's decision to manipulate the bond market.
Right. Yeah.
In a role that traditionally government hasn't succeeded in. And oh, by the way, we used to bet against these guys, and that's how we made our money this way. So like, really weird that you're doing that. It was basically what his opinion piece was. So he's like, imagine him just chit-chatting to his phone, saying that thing, and then all of a sudden he's got a blog post that knows him. He's like we do. We spend years really building our voice in our AI. So that way I can rely on it to be as close to ready to go as possible once it goes.
Yeah,
I just have to do a little editing and it's out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm glad somebody finally kind of said it. And in such a like big area, I was like, this is actually kind of wild. So I know that's a little bit like, I don't even know how we got all the way to this, but.
That's exactly what I told my friend, by the way.
Yeah, I'm like, I
said, listen, don't pretend you're not. Lean in and be like, of course I am, and it's why what you're paying for is affordable, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, how many times did we talk about that?
Yeah, totally. So I don't think, I mean, you probably saw my reply on there where I'm like, 1980s was like, wait, did you use spell check? And now they're like, wait, did you use AI? I feel like for someone that struggles to write quickly, like I'm a good writer, but it takes so much time and focus. Two of them, my least available resources. And so, yeah.
No, it's just, I mean, and I think there is an in-between, right? Like you scroll LinkedIn and everything feels like it's written by the same person. I can understand that that's difficult. I also I listen to a lot of podcasts where people, funny enough, read Reddit stories. Like there's like, am I the asshole Reddit stories and some of this stuff. Yeah. And this guy used ChatGPT to write his vows. It was the first and last time he had ever used ChatGPT. And I really appreciated that one of the co-hosts, because people were just shitting on this guy, like hard. They were like, you're a trash human. I mean, the lady literally walked out mid-wedding. Oh my
gosh, what?
Oh, people were just ripping him. And I think about like, I live in small town Beersford where we're a bunch of farmers that like, I am a unicorn. People don't talk as much as I do here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
people don't express their feelings. They don't talk about their emotions. And that's, there's a whole another side of psychology there.
Oh yeah.
But totally. Like, I could see my cousins needing to be like, I really do want to explain how much I love this person. And no big words. Like,
yeah, right. I mean, I could see
I'm not saying you should default to using ChatGPT for your, yes, absolutely.
Right? Where it's like, these are not good. Like, I feel like, I mean, I think.
And that's what she was trying to say.
Right. Yeah.
That's what her name's Lauren, one of the co-hosts that was on. And she was trying to say, like, she's like, I just feel so bad because what if this guy was really just like, I don't want to sound stupid. I want this woman to know how much I love her.
Yep.
And instead, not only did I lose out on a marriage because they literally broke up.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet.
That's crazy. But also like they go through the comments and they talk about how much this guy's just getting completely shat on. And I'm like, that's just crazy. Like, but I understand that people have got some trauma around this topic too, right? Like you and I are in a different spot here where we can see so much of the benefit if done responsibly and beneficially and with the right intent. And I think the other thing is you and I always assume the right intent when we go into this. So there's a little bit of blinders that we may have.
I feel like vows is a place where you should probably assume right intent.
That's what I would think, right? Like,
I mean, that's why I'm saying that's a dodged bullet. That's like, it
was just crazy. I'll have to find it.
Okay, next
maybe that's what we should do. We should start reading Reddit stories that are just about AI and talking about it.
That would be a wild episode, and I'm now already imagining the artifact. Okay, what's the next one you want to do on here?
Well, I do want to talk through, Subhash added this, and I'm wondering if it's the agent. This is the agent to agent thing. So I asked him to try and give us another one because he's so good at this. So he said, Sami needs enrollment numbers by 5 p.m. Can you tell Subhash and I worked together in higher ed?
Yeah, right.
She messages Subhash, pull enrollment. Subhash, I would have said, please pull enrollment numbers by department for the last 3 years. Oh, absolutely, Subhash. Absolutely.
Sure.
She doesn't explain the database or share her password, just the outcome and the deadline. Subhash reports progress, hits a snag. They changed the College of Cyber, changed how they code part-timers, count them.
Oh my gosh.
Asks instead of guessing, delivers at 440. That choreography, delegate, check in, ask what stuck, deliver, is what A2A standardizes for AI agents. Now imagine those two agents were built by different companies and had never met. They'd still work together.
Ladies and gentlemen, Subhash, that is elegant. That's an amazing.
I want you guys to know that I met and hired Subhash in the same conversation. And it was at a random like poster session in the middle of our Mad Labs in Madison. And I was like, I need a GA that can handle our chaos and help us figure some of this out. I stand by it. I stand on it. And he is like, I guarantee you, he is going to continue to change the world.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. Such a great
let's pick one last one, Tim, that you want to cover. I'm going to give you some options here. The feelsinator, context and constraints, and the dumb it down button. Ooh, or insular prompting. Shoot.
Insular prompting.
All right.
I don't remember this one, and I'm really curious about it.
It was just named, or I'm not even sure. The behavior, unnamed. It's operating in its insular. I don't know what you can hear me. I know these are just direct quotes from me. Named and applied. Use an insular set. So when responding to an RFP, hallucinations are still possible. It's an insular system, so you're not only optimizing for AEO. Episode 6 describes the behavior without naming it. I don't know. So this explains again how we used it. Sounds like a criticism of the person prompting. It's about the system. The model can only see what's in that one conversation. So it will confidently repeat itself across contexts it can't compare. The fix is giving it the other context, not prompting harder.
Or
I can see us using this.
Yeah, totally. It is basically a way to say that this LLM or this agent or this project or whatever is in a bubble. And
yes, I mean that's exactly what it was.
Ironically, A to A and MCP are the best ways out of that bubble because they are dynamic extensions of it rather than static definitions that have to be written in so that it understands it, right? So
it's like like API is insular, like it is. It is static and in its moment. Because this is what it used to be when we didn't have memory or we didn't have the ability to read other conversations, right? It was an insular moment. Or if you were to do like the little ghost, it's kind of like an incognito tab for your whatever chat interface you're using.
That's a good way of saying it. Yeah. It isolates it, insulates it.
And it makes it so it's not pulling external context. So in some of this, what we were talking about though was like you're not like I don't remember about for 59 to be completely honest, but I know it was like if you are trying to apply for an RFP and then it was pulling only information like this one actually was, I know exactly what it was because my friend had hallucinations because he was applying to multiple RFPs to one organization and the system wasn't seeing the difference between the different responses and how you couldn't compare. Like he had different partners for RFP 1 and different partners for RFP 2, and he was making cross references between the two. And so it was like, either you need to make a better insular system or at least recognize that you are insulated in that. And it is thinking this is all relevant together when you do it in one conversation.
Right. Yep.
Wild.
Wow. Yeah. Very cool. Sami, this is so interesting. Fun. And also I feel like I want to go through a bunch of my coaching sessions now and pull out something similar and just start to create, like, what does this mean? In fact, I don't know if you remember, but the earliest versions of the Obscurator included here's what these things mean.
So like AI terms or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, glossary.
So I liked that a lot.
I really like this. And as always, what a brilliant, what a brilliant artifact. It makes me feel like we should have like a Jeopardy version of this.
Ooh.
Right? Like it's just got that feel to it already. So what is model context protocol, right? So Subhash should be out here crushing it, that's for sure. Yeah.
I was gonna say, we should figure out a way to make this like make a Jeopardy episode one day. Have like a Subhash, a Megan,
a
Dan Kershaw. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, totally. Awesome.
All right. Well, you know, that's the glossary. It's up on our artifact site, free, no email, nothing to sign up for. Definitely go check it out. You can get the what are you giggling at?
So Subhash's response to Megan's "I need a Subhash in my life" is, I could think of hundreds of Michael Scott lines for this comment.
Stop.
And yes, I think the thing I thought of next was parkour, which is not relevant at all.
Which, if you knew Subhash, is extra funnier.
Yes. Okay, great.
I was with Subhash when he went to his first Western wedding. Yeah. One of our coworkers. Yeah. He brought her a flower. He was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, you are the most wonderful goddamn human I have truly ever met.
That's amazing. Yes.
And like, calm and poised. He would expect me to do the random parkour all the time.
Yeah. This is great.
I love it so much, you guys. You know, make sure follow along the Human Stack on LinkedIn. How many did we get
through? I feel like we only got through like 8. There were like
we didn't get through many.
Yeah,
we didn't get through many.
Imagine you and I not getting through a lot of content.
It's fine.
I know.
Imagine my eyes when I saw that it pulled 43. I was like, we added more than we defined. I feel like.
Right. I think we did. Yeah, and
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway. Make sure you guys follow along the Human Stack on LinkedIn, subscribe on the YouTube channel so you catch the next one the moment it drops. We will see you next Wednesday. Until next time, everybody, stay curious,
stay human.
Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.